Friendly greetings, this is Torley and welcome to Torrants number 4, where I answer your questions and talk about things I enjoy that you may very well enjoy as well.
Okay, question number 1 comes from Thadagen. What is your second favorite fruit?
Strawberry. Interestingly enough, I like strawberries not just because of the character strawberry shortcake, but they work very well on sundaes, especially with things like Cool Whip. They're quite a delight and quite complementary to watermelon in that they are kind of like small shaped instead of watermelons, which are giant, and they have quite a tart taste at times, which is also sweet. And I don't like the sour strawberries. I don't like ones that are too small, but strawberries on a vine, just eating them off are nice.
Right. Cerulean Capellini wonders, Elvis or Beatles?
I'm an and person more than an or person, so I have to say both of them. And what would kick ass if they came back from the dead? Well, there's 2 Beatles that are still alive, but I mean, if Ringo Starr and George Harrison came back, wait a minute, one of them is still alive. I'm thinking of John Lennon. I mean, if he came back not as a zombie, and Elvis Presley, and he was able to jump on stage and they could collaborate together and they would do this wicked mashup which would be remixed in electro house style for the clubs worldwide. That would drive the kids wild and probably exhilarate or probably desecrate and horrify older generations. But nevertheless, it would be a big musical smash, not unlike the Junkie XL remix of Elvis. It's a little less conversation, but with more trippy acid involved.
Well, that's a nice dovetail to the next question put forth by Alec Paragon. Alec asks, who are your techno influences?
That's a wonderful question. I have so many of them. Dating back, I'd have to say that Brian Transo, aka BT, is one of my favorites because he marries emotional technology, has intricate song structure, and yet at the same time, some really, really beautifully crafted harmony, melody, and all those wonderful things sonically blended together. It's very, very rare because a lot of times when you have so-called intelligent dance music, aka brain dance, you have glitchy experiments which are hard for most people to listen to, and they seem to lack melody. But I really like having melody. It's great to have a humble melody that is grounded and has a great foundation of really technically well-versed song structure that may be performed in DSP experiments and all sorts of mad processing, you know, like opcode. No, it's not opcode anymore, but MSP Max and that sort of cyclic redundancy. Anyway, I also like a lot of the popular stuff from the early 90s or in the late 90s. I like Prodigy, I like Chemical Brothers, all the big names, Fatboy Slim, but there's so many over the years. I'm hoping that Aphex Twin, aka Richard D. James, would release a new album. I would be wonderful if he did something to surpass works like Come to Daddy or Flim. Those are 2 of my favorites. I like many of them though. I especially like Selected Ambient Works 1 and 2, and it occurs to me that Nine Inch Nails' recent release Ghosts with Atticus Ross that he did, it reminds me a lot of the Sonic Tapestry quality of Selected Ambient Works 2, so I'd like to see a continuation. That would be great. But I have many influences, yeah.
Is there anyone in particular that you like to listen to now when you have time?
Definitely. Right now, I like singles. I like taking a song. Like a while back, I listened to Luscious Jackson's Ladyfingers over 100 times. That was years ago. Currently, in the present, I like DVNO for capital letters, and that's by Justice, of course. They have this great cross. Their album, some people call it Dagger, looks like a cross to me, and they do this wonderful, it's hard to describe. It's French house in a way, but it's got these great lyrics in the music video with its amazing topography, simply cannot be missed. It is this mesmerizing blend of a lot of retro logos from the 80s, including a take on the HBO one, Sega Genesis, I think, and there's so much going on in there. It is a catchy, catchy song. It's brilliant, brilliant, and I've listened to hundreds of times, and I think it'd be wonderful if it was mashed up with Kate Bush, something like Kate Bush's Wuthering Heights, no wuthering, wuthering, no wuthering, wuthering, no wuthering, wuthering, or Running Up the Hill, which I think Coldplay, for Speed of Sound, they were influenced by that, so that would be sort of another junction departure point in terms of musical tangents to tie into, and those are great, great songs. I like listening to Today with my wife, by the luscious Jenny. I was listening to Bootwork, which is bootleg mashups and remixes of Kraftwerk and friends, and I really like that sort of stuff. When people take those electronic idiosyncrasies and they combine them with funk and more soul music, and that's really, really beautiful in my eyes and ears.
What are you reading right now?
Right now I am reading, The Mysteries of Carl Sagan in the Cosmos. Imagine, if you will, an apple. Billions and billions, right? It's a brilliant book. I think it is so influential to me because I love explainers. I love great explainers. I like Albert Einstein, Michio Kaku, Carl Sagan, Bill Nye the Science Guy, and not just in science, but in other fields too. I think Steve Irwin, rest in peace, of course, he did a wonderful job with the Crocodile Hunter of introducing a lot of nature things. And so now it continues with me and Second Life. That's certainly a large part of what I do on the job and for play. So yeah, it's a great, great book. I recommend Carl Sagan, cosmos.
I know we watched a really good movie the other night. Would you like to talk about it?
Yes, I would like to talk about M. Strange's We Are the Strange. Run, cowards, run! I am Sinistar. It had great samples. It had a lot of great nods, for me especially, because I grew up during the 80s, the sort of age with the Nintendo Entertainment System, cinematics of early proportions like Ninja Gaiden, Guidance. That's how, I think his name is Mike Belmont, that's M. Strange's real name, and it's just so wonderful because it's called Stray Anime, and it combines sort of the stop animation, 8-bit animation, and anime. It combines all those things into one. It's like a tertiary triple punch pack, and I think it's so wonderful because although it didn't have so much of a plot that I cared for, although Mike Belmont will go to lengths to explain that it didn't have a script that he put together, and he had a lot of elaborate storyboarding, which I really appreciated. Now I am talking slower, and now I talk faster again because I'm really so excited that when my wife and I were watching it, it was just this trippy transcendental experience. I think the DVD packaging and everything, including the pictures in the face of the disc, those were really out of this world. How he put the whole thing together. One man's creative vision working something like 3 years focusing on it with a small group of friends, but he did the bulk of the work. And in addition to that, it was just really captivating and inspiring to see what a guy can do so resourcefully. I have a lot of tremendous appreciation and inspiration from that sort of impactful statement that comes with his artistic movement.
We'll look forward to your video response to
Oh yeah.
on YouTube.
Yeah, I gotta put that on there now that I'm doing these Torrants. Yeah, coming your way. Okay, so yeah, now it's the end part, so I'm gonna say bye for now and hi again later, and join me in Torrants 3. Thank you very much, graciously, and a friendly goodbye. Ta-ta!